All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Ride Now webinar. Today's webinar is called How to Pull Your Customer List Like a Boss. All right, so part of the training that we're going to be providing for you is going to be more on the marketing side with this one. This presentation is more in a training style to where we're going to show you how to pull various reports out of Lightspeed to upload customer email contact lists into your email marketing channels. For those of you using Constant Contact or maybe a CRM provided one, we're going to bring on Jordan Pike here that's going to kind of give you a quick instructional for parts, service, and sales reports. So Jordan, welcome to the webinar. Take it away.
Thanks, Jacob. Some of you guys may know me. I'm Jordan. I do the content managing for Ride Now, and yeah, I'm just going to walk you guys through how to pull these lists from Lightspeed. So before we start, you are going to need a few things. You're going to need access to Lightspeed. Specifically, you're going to need the parts and invoices report, the service history report, and the sales and quotes and deals report. If you don't already have that access, get with your GM or office manager and they'll send in a request to IT, and IT will get you geared up and going. You're also going to need your Constant Contact login information. You guys should already have that information, but if you don't for some reason, or if you're a new hire, just let me know and I can send that information over to you. And then you're also going to need to be somewhat familiar with Excel because we're going to be working in Excel. So it's pretty easy. Lightspeed can be kind of intimidating if you haven't really used it before, but once I show you guys all these step-by-step things, you're going to realize it's pretty easy and you guys shouldn't have a problem with it. So I took some screenshots of Lightspeed just to give you guys a better understanding of what we're going to be doing. So the first report we're going to be pulling is the parts report. So up in the menus bar, you'll just hit parts, reports, and then go down here to invoices. And then this recall invoices variable reports box will pop up. This is alphabetical, and so if you just hit M on your keyboard, this will pop you down to the M section, which is our marketing list that we already have registered for you guys. So in this case, we're pulling the emails report. So select the emails list. You can also, for the marketing managers that do call blast or direct mail lists, this is where you'll be pulling those as well. You can see the call blast list is in here as well as the direct mail. So just select whichever list you're trying to pull from and then hit run over here on the top right. And then it's going to ask you some different variables. This first box is already preloaded with the presets that you're going to need, so just hit next and it'll take you to the time frame box. If you can, try to limit the time frame that you're pulling. If you pull, all the way back from the beginning of time, the report is going to take a really long time to download. Trust me, I've done it. It takes forever. So I pull these quarterly. I'm not going to be anymore. That's why we're training you guys. But I got in the habit of pulling these quarterly. You can do it monthly, every other month, whatever best suits your needs. And this is where you'll plug in that information and then hit next and then hit finish on this third box. And this is what's going to pop up. It takes a little bit to download, so be patient depending on how large the list is. The parts list typically takes a while just because it logs all parts transactions, so there's a lot more. So once it's downloaded, this is what's going to pop up. It's a quick little preview of what your report is going to look like. And at the top right, there's a Save to File button. So we'll save that to your file on your desktop. I highly recommend creating a whole folder just for Lightspeed pulls, just to keep it nice and organized and so they don't get lost in your computer anywhere. And the biggest thing to take away from this webinar is be sure you're saving these as CSV files. In Constant Contact, it'll only recognize CSV files, so make sure you're always double checking that it's saved as a CSV. Kind of the same spiel with pulling a service report. In the menus bar, go to Service, Reports, Service History, hit M on your keyboard. It'll drop you down to the marketing list. I always select MKTG-email report, hit Run, select the time frames that you're wanting, hit next, finish, and then I didn't put it in here, but that preview box pops up, and hit save to file up at the top right, and then save it as a CSV in your designated Lightspeed folder. Same thing for sales reports. Sales reports, you're going to want to select quotes and deals. Go down to the marketing section, email report, put in the time frame, hit next, hit finish. Here's your file, save to file, and save it as a CSV again. Pretty simple. That's pretty much all you're going to be doing as far as pulling in Lightspeed. And then once you have them pulled, you're going to want to go into your Excel files and clean them, or your CSV files, and clean them up a little bit. Constant Contact is has a smart system, so when you're uploading a file, it can recognize, the customer names section, the unit section, the make section, all that stuff. So we want to clean it up to make it easier for Constant Contact. So your file is always going to have some filed information on the first couple of rows. It could be the first 3 rows. It could be just 1 row. The sales report always only has 1 row, but we want to delete all the file information sections. So typically it's the first 3 lines, but just delete everything above your title lines. So everything above invoice, customer name, unit year, make, model, etc. So delete all the information above those lines. That way Constant Contact will be able to read your file. And then I always get rid of this random A column. That's always empty. I always get rid of that too, just to make it easy on Constant Contact. Once our file is nice and decluttered, we want to highlight all of the information. A quick way to do a mass highlight is if you click this little box above the 1 and to the left of the A, it'll highlight all of your data all at once. So once it's highlighted, click that box, go up to Data, and remove duplicates. This way, we're just cleaning it up, getting rid of all the empty email, all of the customer contact information that left the email slots empty. We're just going to kind of get rid of that. When you hit remove duplicates, this remove duplicates box is going to pop up. A few things we want to make sure in this box. Select this. My data has headers. This way it'll just be easier on you. And then they're always automatically all checked. So I always hit unselect all because we're only wanting to remove duplicates in the emails section. So just make sure only emails is checked. And then hit OK. And then this little box is going to pop up telling you how many were duplicates and how many are still remaining. So in case you want to log that information, you can. From there, I just save file as, and then I always just save over the top of my original file, just so I'm not having 2 different files so I don't get confused. So I always just save it exactly how it is, make sure it's still a CSV, and I always replace the file that I originally had. Then from there, once they're all nice and pretty, we're going to upload them into Constant Contact. So once you log into Constant Contact, this is what it looks like. It's pretty user-friendly, and it prompts you through pretty much everything. If you go to this Contact section up in the menus bar, it'll take you to this page, the Contact Management area. And then to add contacts, you hit this big orange button. And then we're going to select Upload from File. And we're going to find our file, upload it into the system. And this is what I meant by Constant Contact has a smart system, and they'll be able to recognize your sections. One thing to note, we always do have to go and fill out customer name, because in Lightspeed, customer name is both first and last names, whereas Constant Contact, they have it separated for first name and last name, so it can't register customer names, the full name. So you always are going to have to go in there and select first name or last name, or however you want to file them. Just note that. But go through, double check all of your fields are under the correct section, and then just hit continue up at the top. And then this is where you'll select which list you want it to upload to. Some of you guys just have one master list, others have different lists. Some of you have specific lists where you upload your Lightspeed pulls into. For this Constant Contact info, this that's the case. We have a specific Lightspeed list. So just check the list you want your reports to file under. You can do more than one if you want, no problem. And then just hit upload, and you're good to go. And that's it, easy as pie. So to recap, you guys are going to need to get with IT to get Lightspeed access. You're going to download the parts, service, and sales list reports from Lightspeed. Make sure you're removing all of those duplicates in Excel so they're nice and neat, and upload it into Constant Contact so then we can take advantage of these emails that we're collecting from our customers. When you're ready to send out a newsletter, make sure you're always sending a proof to whomever, whether it's Andrea for map policies or to your GM or whomever. Just make sure you're always sending a proof, and if it looks good and you're approved, then you're good to go, good to send out. Does anybody have any questions?
All right, thank you, Jordan. So this is Jacob again. We got Teresa that asked about, can we get a copy of this PowerPoint presentation? Of course, if everybody wants to, in their GoToWebinar little panel that downloads when you first sign into this, there are 2 handouts available for download. One being the PowerPoint presentation that Jordan just did the presentation on, and also just a simple Word document. You can download those straight from the GoToWebinar, as well as we'll have a recap of this video today sent out to you via email that you can share with maybe some staff that were not available to come onto the webinar during this time. And obviously you can watch it as many times as you want. Just one thing I wanted to mention, these lists in Lightspeed that you're doing from parts, sales, and service, remember these are transaction type customers. So for the sales list, these are finalized, done deals that a customer bought a major unit on. Parts, these are parts transactions that someone's paid for. Same thing with service. These are repair orders, ROs that are cashiered out. So the point I'm trying to make is when Jordan went over what kind of lists or buckets you want to pile these in your constant contact list, we might suggest making one for each, a parts, service, and sales. Now again, this is one aspect of where to obtain leads. Your CRM is obviously going to be a big one that may or may not include sold customers, and that would be a pre-sale type customer. So just kind of get into the thinking of the different types of messages you might want to send your 2 different types of customers, ones that haven't bought yet that you need to put marketing sales messages to, or post-sold customers that you might want to bring in for loyalty type, P&A or service. So that's about all I got. If anybody's got any questions, you can raise your hand on the GoToWebinar box or type in a question. Jordan, you got anything else?
No, you made some good points there on how to file the list, but otherwise, no, I'm good.
All right, we got one more question. How do we get constant contact access? Now that's from Greg. You would either get with your marketing manager if you have one locally at the store, most of you do, or a regional marketing manager. You can always go to your marketing director, or obviously Jordan Pike has access to most, if not all of them. So shoot her or I a message and we'll be able to get you in with that. But Greg, you need to see Ashley on your constant contact for your store. All right, if nobody's got anything else, we'll conclude that, and make sure to download those 2 handouts for reference, and we'll have a video out to you shortly today. Thanks everybody for coming on, and thank you, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.